I'm still thinking about the episode previous to this one, in which I discussed one of the ways that we humans rise above the level of a chicken. By, for example, having that talent for being able to believe what we want to believe, and make evidence fit that, for example, and for us to, well, this is the same thing stated a different way, the way we can develop a truth, but more than that, assert it as the truth, and quite passionately too, all of that stuff. Now, and one of the examples I gave was in the case of a war, where two parties have gone to war, and I think I know that I imagined the British and the Nazis over there, and here's me in Australia. Just imagine I don't care. If I could travel back in time and I'm not on anybody's side, and I could go over to this guy, the British guy, and I could say, what's that guy doing over there? Hitler and all his mates, and he might report he's bombing the crap out of us. He's blitzing us. That guy, Hitler. And I say, oh, all right, that's what's happening, and that's who's doing it. Why is he doing it? And that person might say because he's an absolute evil bastard, son of Satan, and all that sort of stuff. And he's a German, and all Germans are evil. All right. Now I could go over. This is an old one, but then I could go over to the other guy, the Nazi. I might even interview Hitler and say, what's going on with those British? Eh? And he said, well, they're all bad, and he could give a lot of reasons too, I'm sure, because they're getting in my way, and I'm on a sacred mission, and that sort of thing, and all the soldiers around him might agree early on in the war, at least, and there you have it, But me, as someone who doesn't care about either side, I might. Well, I've landed in the middle of a war, so, this guy has described not only who is bombing the crap out of him, and described what that bloke is doing, bombing the crap out of him. So he's described the who and the what, but he's quite clear on all of the motivation of the enemy. They're Germans. They're vermin. Pack of miserable bastards, and that's why they're doing it, deep down, because Germans are like that, Just draw a discreet veil over the fact that the English are Germans too. But that doesn't matter, they're a special kind of German. They're bad Germans. And, we all know this one. And go over to the Nazis, same deal. All right. Now, is it wrong for this guy over here to not only put it about that everything about that guy over there is bad, but to put that about as fact? All Germans are vermin and all that sort of stuff. Is it wrong and is it bad for him to hold that as a truth in his head? Well, I say not in the middle of a war time moment. It isn't. It'd be wrong of me to say, oh, let's just analyse this, and blah, 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 just imagine the war has broken out, and we are in the middle of the Blitz and all that sort of stuff. The bombs are just raining down and all that sort of stuff. In order to properly respond to what's going on, that guy over there, I think it's right for him to believe something as true, as being true, that 50 years or 70 years later, will not be so true. There'll be nuance to it. The British, 70 years hence, in the year 2020, the British won't be so pure as the driven snow, and the Germans won't be so just fundamentally evil either. People will be doing all sorts of analysis that it was kind of the British, it was kind of the fault of the British for what they did to the Germans after World War One and all that sort of stuff, and then they'll track it all the way back to Napoleon and they'll make it all complicated and all that sort of stuff, and there'll be nuance all over the joint. That's what will happen in 70 years hence. But right in the thick of a war, I think it's right for that person over there to believe that he's on the side of God and goodness, and that guy over there is the devil in the middle of a war. Okay, and he can argue that Switzerland, neutral country during World War II, is just as evil as Germany, because they're none so evil as sit and watch. I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then you've got the other guy, the Germans, and you have the whole same discussion over there. Righto. So we've got 3 parties there. We've got 4 parties. We've got Germany, we've got England, we've got Switzerland, and we've got me as the observer from the future. Okay, where does the truth lie? Look, it doesn't matter. All right. Now we've got a war on our present, and that's been one that I've been watching and including in some of my episodes. And we've got that same situation again, really. We've got, over in Ethiopia at the moment, we've got the same 4 parties, if you like. And we've got, on the left, we've got, I'll just bundle it all together and say the Amhara aggressors. And over here, we've got the Tigray put upon, the people that guy is attacking. That guy is attacking that guy. So we've got the Amharans over here and the Tigrayans over here. Of course, there's some Tigrayan boys that fell in love with Tigrayan girls and they got married, and they're kind of sitting on the border going, oh, we love them both. Forget about them. I just mean the ones over there that hate those guys, and the ones over there that hate those guys. And I've had it checked. There are guys on that side that just hate the guys over there for stuff they've done before. And there's guys over there that just hate the guys over there for stuff they're doing now. That's what's happening in this war. All right. Now, if I walk over to that guy at the moment and say, what do you think of those guys? He'll say, they're the devil, and we're trying to wipe them off the face of the earth. They're the devil. And if I go over to that guy over there, that guy will say, well, that guy's obviously the devil, just watch. Just look at what he's doing. And I can explain, and I can give you a lot more context than that too if you want to sit down and just listen for the next hour. I say, all right, I will listen to the next hour, and that person explains all the reasons that person over there is the devil. And then, maybe I will go back to that person and have a chat to that person, and say, all right, you've got an hour as well. And that person will launch, I'm sure, a brilliant case for that guy being the devil. Now, I said there were 4 parties. They're the 2 parties. Now, I'm the 3rd party. And from where I sit, I don't love that guy or that guy. I don't love either of them. But I happen to know someone who loves that guy. Or those guys, you know what I mean? And I'm sure if I walked around Melbourne for a bit, I could find someone who loves that guy and totally believes that guy's doing the right thing. All right. So what have we got here? Well, these people have suffered, and some of them are suffering as well at present as a result of the aggression. You know, these people are attacking those people, and some of these people will be getting killed and getting even angrier that these people are killing them, even though they're the aggressors. You know, but I already know that these people over here, a lot of them have got probably parents and grandparents and uncles and aunties and all that sort of stuff who have suffered under those people. You know, they might be very, you know, and I might go and talk to that person, and that person says there's very good reasons those people suffered because they're a pack of miserable assholes. I said, all right, and that, you know, that goes on and on and on. All right, you know, and now there's no room for nuance here. You know, when these people were a pack of miserable assholes to those people, there was a greater good reason at play, you know. And when these people now are being miserable assholes to those people, look, probably if you had a chat with them, they're good and decent people, you know, someone who's a good and decent person who supports those people, he'll probably say, listen, there's a motivation of greater good for the greatest amount of people here that we are fighting for here. That's why we're doing it. You know, we are the saints, that guy will say. And these guys will say, no, that guy's the devil. You know how this goes. All right, but I'm the independent third person, let's say. And I am really independent because I do not love that guy and I do not love that guy. I'm from Australia and I'm not from Ethiopia. It's a country far, far away. And what more can I say? You know? Okay, so that's that. Now, there's a fourth party, which is a country, just pick any country at random, not involved in that war. This country's all around that war. They're not doing anything, they're just watching. Now, all right, now we know what everybody is doing here. What everybody is doing here. This person is launching an attack on that person. Tick. No one's disagreeing on that. This mob and that mob agree that this mob is attacking that mob. Now, I've spoken to this mob, and they agree that in the past they've suppressed that mob. Yeah, and then they say, yeah, but nowhere near as badly as these guys are attacking us now and all that sort of stuff. But that's nuance. There's no room for nuance in war. We're talking Hitler, you know, or Mother Teresa, you know, or whatever. Okay. Now this mob over here, this other country, who's sitting there just watching and not saying anything. Now, why is that person sitting there and just watching? We know what they're doing, so we know what that guy's doing. Attacking that guy. So we know who and what with respect to this guy over here. That's the guy. And he's doing the attacking. Who and what? Tick, tick. Motivation? Well, there's disagreement on the motivation between that mob and that mob. Okay, so for me, there's disagreement on the motivation. Now over there, we know what's happening there. They're getting attacked, and you know, and they're trying to defend themselves and all that, and killing a few people while they defend themselves. Right. So we know what's happening over there. Okay. So we know who is over there and what they're doing. And we know who is over there and what they're doing. And we know who is way over there and what they're doing, which is staying out of it. Right. So the who and the what, with respect to all these three parties, is clear. You know, the who I am is also clear. Yeah, so we've got four parties here. And what I'm doing is nothing. But why am I doing nothing? Who cares? It's another country. A long, long way away. You know, it's just another country. You know, if I'm supposed to be passionate about this conflict, no one's asked me to be passionate about Armenia versus Azerbaijan, which is another conflict on at the moment. And there are other conflicts in the world too. So there's no particular reason why I should care about this fight between A and B here. Okay. But I'm taking an interest anyway because I'm a curious sort of person. I always am. I've been taking a big interest in Armenia versus Azerbaijan as well. Yeah, but this is the new hot one. The other one, that one's in a peace agreement at the moment. So we're on to this one now. Okay. Who and what. There's a tick with respect to that mob, and the other mob, the Switzerland. Now, the tricky thing is not the who and the what. It's the why. Now, why is that guy doing that? The aggression, you know? And why is that guy getting attacked, you know? And look, if that guy did some suppression before that guy, this guy's done something bad in the past, but it was justified. That guy says over there, it was justified. There was a grander plan, and of course, some people collateral damage, right? Now, when I go and chat to that guy over there, I will hear that that guy is certain about why all three parties are doing what they're doing. That person will be certain as to the motivations of all three parties. I'm really not involved. Look, you can be sure of my motivation too, because I'm the sort of person who sits and does nothing while the world burns. I'm a horrible person, all right? No, but let's forget about me for a minute. Now, that person is fully passionate and knows why. I had something come through today. The reason why that guy over there is staying out of the war is because that guy over there is scared of this guy. That's what this guy is saying. Okay? The Switzerland guy over there is staying out of this conflict because that guy is scared. Now, that was put to me as a fact by someone I don't even know. I just happened to see the post, you know. And he is an analyst. Now, there is no lack of brain power that goes into working out the motivations of this person here, the bad guy, and the independent guy. There's no lack of, what you've got is a set of facts. This person over here can be a brilliant analyst, but the answer has to be that after the analysis is finished, this guy is good, this guy is bad, and the other guy is bad as a result of sitting and doing nothing. There is none so evil as he who should have said something and didn't, all right? So this guy is going to find both of those guys evil, okay, and is going to do a proper analysis, but the result has to be that. Now, I'm going to say that person is not stupid. He's not doing a stupid thing. That person is doing a bright thing, an intelligent thing, and a right thing. Because in the middle of a war, you'd be stupid if that guy over there was being like me, like I am here right now, and kind of saying, oh, I can see both sides of the story, and, there's nuance, and this, all right, we admit we did something wrong over there. No. You will be slaughtered if you start. You've got to be black and white in a war, usually, as far as I can tell. So this guy, if he's intelligent, bright, and a good analyst, it's already a given that this guy's evil, and that guy is evil for doing nothing. This guy's evil for doing something, and this guy's evil for doing nothing. That's a fact. And it's a required fact. Because if you don't have that attitude, you're going to lose the war. And the greater truth is not getting slaughtered and not getting your family slaughtered. The higher truth, the more logical truth, the more intelligent truth, the greater truth, if you're over there, is that guy is evil, just evil, and all the people that support him are evil, a pack of miserable bastards, and that guy is just as evil, probably more so, for sitting out and not helping these guys, right? And it would be wrong of me, who's independent of the whole show, to criticise that guy for not being nuanced. That's what my previous episode was about. It would be silly of me. It'd be illogical of me. It would be unintelligent of me. It would be unwise of me, unsophisticated of me to play wise guy and say, hang on, in any war there's both sides are a little bit good and a little bit bad, you know. That's not the right advice. If I'm over there talking to that guy, I'll say, if I were you, I'd be saying the same thing. Same goes if I was talking to this guy.